Welcome to the Anfield Dream podcast. Guys, we're actually going to be heading out to the Manchester game, getting the dog into boarding, and then heading up very early in the morning tomorrow. It's going to be about probably 12 to 15-hour drive to get there with the babies and the whole family going up. So very, very excited about that. And can't wait to see our lads here, stateside. It's incredible. I mean, the reception at Pittsburgh was phenomenal. The game yesterday was sold out. Roughly 70,000 people. And the game in Colombia, I believe the Gamecock Stadium seats somewhere between 77 and 78,000, and it's also apparently sold out. So it's going to be the largest of the three crowds, and very looking forward to the game. So just a quick response, quick reaction to what I've sseen so far. And especially when yesterday's game. Obviously, it's always good to win these things, even though it's a friendly, even though it's preseason. It's good to win. It was classic Mo turning back the clock, turning on the afterburners, and boom, getting classic Mo Salah goal. Mo Salah rolling down the wing. Salah, I love it. Anyway, and then the little chip from Harvey to Carvalho. That was a beautiful goal as well. The one little last lapse in concentration with Simicast, it's the old, dropped shoulder. I mean, it's just classic, it's just, that should never have been a goal. I mean, you keep yourself between the goal and whoever the ball, period. And I cannot believe he fell for that little bite and he went right. And it was just like, come on, guys. I mean, it's just, anyway, whatever. But other than that, Simi did good. Kelleher had his moment early on, but then he also, good distribution, good footwork. The one sort of half chance that Arsenal had in the second half, single shot. I mean, it was just right at him. Vieira, I mean, he's going to stop that all day long, and that wasn't going anywhere. So, anyway, so all in all, just running down for front, back to front. As far as defense, Kwanzaa again was outstanding. That stop he made, when Martinelli tried to feed Gabriel in, and it just, yeah, it was beautiful. Sepp was solid. Semi did well. And of course, Bradley did well. So the back line was very solid. Middle of the park, Curtis was a little loose at the beginning, but he improved as the game went on, and he did well. Of note, I really like what Jota did. It's speaking of Jota, it's what I call a dynamic 4-3-3. That really is how Arne is setting up, but very dynamic. And he was supposed to be a 9, but he very rapidly wound up being a winger. And it's just, he was so influential, in both goals. And he had a couple of chances that he should have put away, and that game should have been out of sight, very rapidly. But it's preseason, and I'm sure given the opportunity, he is. We know how clinical Jota is, so I'm not really concerned. He'll be just fine. I'm excited to see what Arne does with Lucho and Darwin. It's hoping all that works out. As far as the midfield, it was interesting. It's at times they were playing a double. At times they were playing, what I call a staggered 10. It wasn't exactly a false 9, and this time it was Elliott who had the forward role, and Sobo was doing the lateral, working behind him. A lot of good, 1-2s, a lot of triangles. All in all, the performance was a whole lot better. And then the second half, they brought the kids on and they closed shop. What impressed me the most so far with Arne is it is very clear. It was one thing watching him, how he coached his previous clubs, but watching him firsthand now with Liverpool and the talent he has at his disposal, all the assets we have, it's very clear, very evident early on. It's He's not going to go for emotional favorites or anything like that. He's going to do his data and he's going to do his research, and that's what's going to drive his decision making, who he puts on the pitch, and he's going to assemble, a squad that he thinks that's going to give them the best opportunity to shut down the opponent, dominate them, and win. Period. Can win dirty, can win ugly, can win, with suffocating, attacking, defense. Oh, and just sheer horsepower on the front end, and just demoralizing folk. Get the goals in early, and then shut it down. And some people may not like that, but if you want to win trophies and continue to fill that cabinet, that's what it takes. And that's exactly what he did. And he is not opposed to poke and test, the opposition. He changed shape multiple times. He changed tactics multiple times. He switched up roles and moved the lads around. From where throughout the game, and asked them to, basically test Arsenal and find out it helps them also understand, the capabilities of his guys, his lads, and at the same time also, find out, how the enemy, if you will, responds. And I like that. I like that a lot. He's very forward thinking. He's very dynamic. He thinks outside the box, and he's not afraid to make decisions. And his interviews have been very honest so far. He just laid it out, what he thought was good and what he thought was not good, and what he thought needs to be improved and what he thought needs to be worked on. Period. And he's eager to see more Foken. The second half, initially when he brought Endo on, he basically said, all right, just shut it down in the middle, be that heat seeker, be that destroyer. Don't let anybody pass. And he got his customary yellow card, which in my opinion was not a yellow card. What should have been a yellow card is when he was stepped on. That was way more violent than a so-called tackle. Come on, it's football. You tackle, period. It's just silly. But yeah, no, he was a lot sharper, as opposed to the Betis game. But yeah, I still see the need. And Richard Hughes was there, and a lot of folk asked some very direct questions, and of course Billy was there as well, Billy Hogan. I saw a interview with him, and what they're looking for. They want to win. He said, "We're here to win." And they're gonna. I have a very strong feeling that I'm hoping that they go ahead and start ratcheting up negotiations for who they think would best fit for what they're looking to do and accomplish with the squad. And they're definitely going to challenge for all of it, every trophy available, especially the league. So anyway, like I said, it's short, sweet, to the point. All in all, very, very, very happy with what I saw. And, may it long continue. And I don't care how they win, just win. And win beautiful, fabulous, very entertaining. And when it's time to shut it down and shore up the defense and just shut it down. He was very upset with the goal. And I was too, because that was just one of those. That's what with Simi is great, but he's done this, but it's not the first time he's done this. It's like, dude, you do everything so well, and that one moment, why did you? It's just basics, and he's going to hammer all these points home, and you can see the impact's already having on all the lads. But it was good to see the discipline from the younger kids. Like Naoni wasn't given freedom; he was asked to play a specific role. Blair was asked to play a specific role. Morton did his thing. Beck did his thing. Stevenson, I like the lad, the Moreno lookalike from the right. I like the lad. He did his thing. All the kids that came on. The kid, man, I can't remember him. The who played with Nat, for crying out loud. His name's just slipped my mind. But yeah, he was out. He was impressive too. I believe he played left center. Yeah, he. All in all, they shut it down. They shut it down. And Ben Doak is just electric. It's good to see him back. Man, he has got some jets on him, and really quick movement, low center gravity, ball control. That dude, he's gonna have a role to play with all of this. And I can't wait to see, what happens with some of the other lads if they're going on loan to give them experience, or they're going to use them. It's looking to see what happens with Jaden. I know he was injured, that's why he wasn't able to make it. Bobby Clark, same thing. I was hoping to see them, but it happens. Hopefully, we get to see them, back in Liverpool for the final game. But off we go, getting things wrapped up here. Then we'll start heading up towards Colombia. A long drive, drive all day. Get there late in the evening. The following day, get up early. See if we can capture as much as possible the tailgating and the atmosphere. It's going to be absolutely raucous. It's going to be fabulous. And then see what they allow us to do as far as the game goes. And then turn around and head back and probably drive all night again. But it's all good. All right, guys, you'll never walk alone. Go Reds. Let's go. Let's go beat those Macs. Let's keep this streak going. And may it continue throughout the entire season. Just dominate, win, no matter what it takes, whatever it takes. Talk soon.